So Military Wives stars Sharon Horgan and Kristen Scott Thomas. It is a heartfelt comedy drama, and we're reviewing it today on Boys on Film. So Raj is back.
Hey Phil.
For Boys on Film. If you are new here, we do this regularly, 2-3 times a week. Lots of stuff to come for the BFI Flair Film Festival and South by Southwest, which you're going to, which I'm very jealous about. That's coming up in, what, a couple of weeks?
Couple of weeks.
Yeah, but we have seen Military Wives, which is a drama directed by Peter Casaneo, who did The Full Monty, and I can definitely see comparisons with that movie.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So.
It stars Sharon Horgan and Kristen Scott Thomas. A weird combination. I would never have thought of putting those two actors together. Of course, Sharon Horgan, famous for Catastrophe. She's done a lot of comedy. She's a writer too. But Kristen Scott Thomas, was she in Four Weddings and a Funeral? What did you like, first of all, for this movie?
Well, first of all, I have to say, going into the film, I wasn't very excited about it.
Right.
Phil kept sending me messages like, we're going to the screening, we're going to the screening, we're going to the screening. I'm like, okay.
What was it you weren't excited
I don't know,
about?
the whole premise of it didn't sound very exciting to me. Like, oh, wives on a military base, starting an amateur singing club.
Was it not like, Sharon Horgan drag you to it?
No, I mean, I'm generally unfamiliar with her. And I know Kristen Scott Thomas, but she's not an actress that I would go out of my way to see a film for. So I was generally a bit like, this could go either way. Maybe
the gritty life stuff.
Because you got to remember, I didn't grow up here, so I grown up on American TV and movies, and I just feel that whenever I see a British film, I mean, I do love British films. Like, I can think of like 10 off the top of my head that I love after I see it, but I always get that, it's a British film.
Because you're a big superhero fan too,
so
I'm not going to say that's the only stuff that you watch, because obviously you watch a lot of movies, but you have your favourites.
Yeah, and I guess the British dramas aren't really my... They're not the top of my genre checklist. But, I had the same feeling when we went to cover Sorry We Missed You. I'm like, I
was just thinking that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, So Phil usually drags me to these things, and I usually drag him to other things.
Kicking and screaming.
And we usually end up both liking it. So it's good to have a film buddy that can drag you to things and expand your horizons a bit. And I have to say, after seeing Military Wives, I really liked it.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, it was not on my radar at all. It's not my genre. I did actually shed a little bit of a tear at the end of this movie, and I really got drawn into it, and I'm glad you took me to see it.
Oh, hurrah!
So,
well, you've inspired me to go and see stuff too. I mean, Wonder Woman, I never would have seen that movie, but I really love that. So,
guess you're gonna go to the premiere.
Get to the next one. So, this is a story of friendship, love, and support. A group of women come together as their partners serve in Afghanistan. They form a military wives choir to support each other. Style-wise, it's kind of something that I've seen before. I mean, it's kind of Billy Elliot style, Calendar Girls, that kind of sadness turning into triumph thing, which I think is fantastic because it makes you walk out of the cinema feeling quite enlightened and almost reflecting on your own lives as well. And that's kind of the effect that it had on me. It made me feel grateful.
I just really like the fact that it was based on a true story.
Yeah.
So, and at the end, and I love that about things that are based off true stories. At the end, they show the real choirs and the whole sort of movement that this story built. And I really found it totally enjoyable. If you're curious to see it, go and see it. I mean, I was not expecting to have a little tear run down my face.
I had one a couple of times. What I loved about this was the moral of the story as well, and also how people that don't necessarily get on originally kind of fight through that and become supportive of each other, because we see Sharon Horgan's character and Kristen Scott Thomas, they clash.
Ooh, yeah, and I'm
fiery, aren't they?
Yeah, and I'm just thinking about the bus scene.
Yeah,
too.
God,
that was gut wrenching.
That was the real highlight for me. They have a real fight before they get on the bus, but they kind of overcome that, don't they? And I think that's what happens with friendships. You do fight through stuff, and it makes you a better person, I think.
Well, they didn't really have a friendship. It was like a forced friendship.
Yeah.
And at the end, they both just had to surrender to be like, hey, we're both trying to do the same thing here.
Yeah.
So it was really good. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm glad we went to the screening, and I think if you like British film and British comedy, you should go see it.
Can we talk about the music as well? Because they have some amazing songs. They have Yazoo's Only You,
Yes.
but they're basically 80s songs, and it's songs that I grew up listening to and loving. So I think they've chosen the right songs.
With a choir twist.
Star rating?
I'd give it a 4.
Yeah, I would give it a 4. I was toying between 3 and 4, but I think the performances and the direction as well, I think it's powerful stuff. So have you seen Military Wives, or are you thinking about going to see it? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe. We've got a lot coming up with the BFI Flair Film Festival, which is the LGBTQ+ film festival on London's South Bank. We're going to be there. Obviously, you're doing South by Southwest.
Yeah, so lots of film festival coverage coming up. It's very exciting stuff.
So see you next time.